the long wait. Thank you everyone for staying here and being able to watch this live workshop with us. And welcome to all of us new workshop. This one is actually pretty interesting. It's about applications, and we all know a lot of applications. So there's millions of applications out there. I mean, and it's been there for almost over a decade, and we ask ourselves how to position those applications, where to put them. As a business, should we create an application? What should we do? So right now we're gonna have a special guest. Her name is Joyce, and she's gonna talk to us all about all these things. And she's gonna guide us and through all this process, and it's gonna be great. Before we jump in, make sure to tell us where you're from and if you know BigVu. Furthermore, this recording will be recorded. This live will be recorded. So in case you came by at 4, I mean you came by on time and you couldn't make it because of the long wait, then don't worry. The YouTube will always be there as well on LinkedIn, so you can always come back and watch it. So Joyce, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Philip. Apologies again for the delay there with the clocks changing. A slight confusion there, but here we are. Shall I get started then, Philip?
For sure. Here's the presentation, and best of luck. I'm here if you need me. And all the questions, please feel free to ask all the questions. I will be happy to answer them at the end of the session. So thank you.
Okay, that's amazing. Thanks, Philippe. Hi, everyone. This is Joyce. I can't see your faces on the screen or anyone's face on the screen, so I'm just going to be talking straight to my slides, but after which there will be plenty of opportunity, hopefully, for a Q&A later on if you have any questions on this topic. So let's move on. So the topic for today is there an app for your business? And this is very much a topic that's focusing on SMEs, small, medium-sized organizations who may be at this point considering investing in an app, or maybe you've already done that, but so you're not quite sure how to make a success of it, for example. So hopefully I would have answered some of these questions towards the end of the session. So what we're talking about is we're going to be covering the app landscape today. Some stats, which hopefully would be able to impress you with, some mobile app statistics there, and then we're going to move on to talk about your business and what all of these mean to you, what all of the app statistics that I'll be showing you mean to your business, and how can your business take advantage of these opportunities there. And also, we're going to be talking about how mobile apps can fit into your marketing and communications strategy. As we know, it's not enough just to design a mobile app, just as you would with a website, and hope that people will come to the mobile app that you've designed. And that's the same principle as well with your website. So what do you do after that? How do you get people to download your mobile app, and how do you actually get to launch it and market it? So we'll touch a little bit on this particular subject. And finally, I'll show you some real life examples of the mobile apps that we've built in the past and what makes them successful there. Just a little bit about me and what I do. So I run a marketing consultancy called Marketing Tech. And what we do is we deliver affordable SME mobile app solutions. We also provide LinkedIn lead generation services as well. And they're both targeted at professional services, firms and SMEs. And of course, I did mention, we also provide search engine optimization services as well. So we're more than just an SEO specialist, a LinkedIn specialist, or an app developer. Because of my experience in marketing, I've had close to 30 years of experience in marketing, working for corporate organizations as well as SMEs. We are then able to provide a 360-degree view of marketing to our SME clients there. So what's the app landscape like today? As we may know already, mobile internet usage has been rising and still is rising, while desktop usage continues to fall. So in this slide, I'm just going to quote from research sources from people like Mary Meeker, Statista, just to give you a flavor of how the landscape has changed today for mobile technology. Mobile apps account for 57% of all digital media usage. And most of this digital media usage, the 57% that we're talking about, most of them are from, well, they are from mobile applications on our phone. So that's been a 39% increase in the average time spent on mobile devices from 2015 to 2021. And as we all know, we're spending more and more time now on our phones, and most of the time that we spend are on mobile applications. In fact, close to 90% of the time spent on our phones are on mobile apps that we use on a daily basis. So you may be wondering, mobile apps, isn't that all to do with just gaming apps, or maybe it's just social media? Maybe that's it. That's what people are looking at. Well, that's no longer true. Perhaps several years ago, most of the traffic on mobile apps comes from social media apps. It comes from maybe some banking apps. And so on, but it has now diversified. So sectors such as education, food and drink, travel, health and fitness, entertainment, and shopping, these are in the top 20 categories of mobile apps. And this is by share of available Apple App Store apps. So in other words, usage of apps has kind of diversified to all these other sectors. So this is something that might be of interest to you, especially if your business falls within these categories of business. So of course, over here, I haven't mentioned gaming apps or finance apps because all of us are quite familiar, most of us are quite familiar with apps belonging to these categories. As of March 2022, more than 93% of Apple apps were available for free. So most of the apps that people build are free apps, free to download apps. There used to be some paid-for apps, but that is becoming very unpopular now. So one of the reasons why these apps were offered free on the App Store is simply because the businesses that build these apps want people to be able to experience what the business is like via a free app download. So if you put a paywall in front of the app, then you are reducing the number of downloads from the App Store. And for this reason, most businesses who build the apps would have the apps readily available for free. So can your business take advantage of these opportunities? And if so, how? So this is a big topic here. So, but first of all, if you're considering a B2C app, and this is more tailored towards business to consumer type apps, where the apps are addressing individuals rather than businesses. So the three things to pay attention to if you're thinking at this point to develop a B2C app is what I call the 3 C's of app marketing. The 3 C's being content, community, and commitment. So first of all, if you are a B2C focused business, it will be good to have a look at the content that you produce as a business. How regularly do you create content? If you're a business that has, for example, built a website, but you haven't, for example, updated the website in the last 5 to 10 years, then and you don't have a social media account, I'm talking about the extreme. Of course, then if you don't have a social media account and you haven't been updating your website, then I would say perhaps mobile app technology is not quite something that may suit you at this point in time. So content is really important because in a mobile application, there's always the need for you to constantly refresh content on the mobile application so that people will keep coming back. You can then promote the mobile app with each time that you have new content posted up on the app itself. So that's one thing to note. The second C is community. So for businesses, we're not talking about the Uber apps of this world. we're not talking about the app unicorns, but rather we're talking about mobile applications for businesses like you and mine. So we are established businesses with a certain customer base and followers as well. So if we have a customer base or a base of followers, then we already have a community of some sort. And this is important when you consider building a B2C app, because with this community, you can then use your community to promote the B2C app too. And that's how you start to get mobile app installs from there. If you haven't got a customer base or any followers, then it could be a hard struggle unless you, of course, put in a lot of resources on your marketing to get usage or installs on the mobile app itself. So a good start will be to have a community of potential app users already available for you to communicate with. The third C is commitment. So commitment is simply committing to marketing your mobile app after it's been built and you've launched it to your audience of customers and followers. So the next thing to do is to commit a marketing budget. So typically this is a marketing budget, which could be anything from 20% of the investment, the mobile app investment that you've put in to build the app. You would typically set aside at least 20%. In some cases, it will be more than 20% of the budget for marketing activities. So I hope that helps. So these are the 3 C's to take note of if you're considering a B2C app. If you're considering getting an app developer to help you build an app, or if you're even thinking of building it yourself, then there are several options available. It can be a little bit confusing at times with the myriad of options that we have in the UK app development market. So hopefully this slide will sort of clarify what options there are available for you, and hopefully that would help you with your research into app developers. So if you're cash poor and time rich, if you're a small business that's just starting out, for example, you could be a startup as well. You don't have much cash set aside for marketing at all, but you have a bit of time there, then you can perhaps look at the low or the no code DIY platforms. So there are quite a few available. I'm only going to name two of these low code or no code platforms here, and they're App Institute and Zoho. Zoho is actually more of an enterprise app platform for SMEs. App Institute, with this platform, you can develop B2C apps yourself as well. And these would typically charge you a subscription, a fee, a monthly subscription, starting from £39 onwards. These platforms will help you do the heavy lifting of designing and developing your apps, although it does not assist you in other areas of the project, such as marketing or launching the app. So if you have a small budget set aside and you require a little bit more help to help you build your app to your specifications, then what you can do is perhaps consider hiring a freelance app developer. There are platforms that help you do that. Fiverr, as you may be familiar with, would allow you to search for freelance app developers that you could check their reviews there. And I would say at this stage, if you do decide to hire a freelance app developer, then you would probably need to do some due diligence there to check to see to ask to see case studies, for example, from the freelance developer. You may sometimes find that you need to work with more than one freelance app developer who may be well-versed in design, but may not be that well-versed in development. So you may find that you would have to hire a small team of app developers to help you deliver the project. Or you can come and talk to us as well. We may be able to point you in the right direction here, if that's what you're looking for. If you have a tight budget, but you require a one-stop shop solution, so someone, an agency, for example, to help you with everything from the beginning to the end, and you have some specifications for an app agency, you would like the app built to your spec with some support throughout, then perhaps come and talk to us. We are an affordable SME app agency. We may be able to help you in this instance. So if you have a budget to scale your app, for example, if you have some investments coming in and you have a budget set aside to scale your app on a wider scale, perhaps nationally or outside of the UK, then you may want to consider hiring a custom app development company. The prices here would vary a lot, and that depends on your specifications here. So just to help you along here, if you want to find out the cost of creating your app using an app agency, then I would suggest to check out this website, howmuchcostanapp.co.uk. This is quite a useful website that allows you to key in your specifications as well on the website, and it will give you an estimate of the costs involved if you were to hire an agency to build it for you. So next we're going to talk about marketing. So where do apps fit in your marketing and communication strategy? This is actually another pretty big topic. So I'm just going to touch on three essentials here. So first of all, before you embark on your app project, it would be a good idea to define your app marketing goals. For example, where does that fit in your overall marketing strategy? And obviously to set aside a budget for app marketing. And as I mentioned earlier on in my talk, you typically start from 20% of the app investment to set that aside actually for app marketing. And also you want to be integrating your app marketing activities, whether it's sending out push notification to your client base or to your base of prospects, to actually integrate that activity, that campaign, that push notification campaign activity, for example, into your marketing plan, and not think about app marketing as a separate project all unto itself. It really should be integrated into your weekly, your monthly marketing activities, and also to have someone in place who would be able to take charge of app marketing activities. So it's someone most probably in your marketing team, if it's not yourself doing it, or you could perhaps work with an app marketing agency to help you do that. And that's one of the things we can help you as well as an app marketing agency. And thirdly, get app downloads from your mailing list. So these are good sources, good channels for you to market your app to. So this is especially crucial when you first launch your app and you want to tell everyone about your app. You might want to, at this point, send out the App Store links to your mailing list, to your social media followers, also events that you are organizing as well, events you may be attending, your website to post your app badges on the website, App Store badges on the website so that people can download. You may also want to set up a landing page, especially dedicated to your mobile app, and have the App Store link as a call to action on your landing page. So that's always a good channel to use when you launch your app. And of course, if you do have print media with you, don't forget to put your marketing devices, such as QR codes, for people to be able to scan and download your mobile app onto their phones. So that's especially useful for print media, also for your PDF brochures, for example, and of course your email signatures as well. So these are a couple of channels that you can use to tell people about your app and to get more app downloads. Obviously, there's a lot more to app marketing than I can cover today on this slide, but these are the three main things that I hope would be helpful for you to get started thinking about app marketing. So here I want to tell you more about some real life examples of the apps that we've built in the past and what they were used for and why were they successful. So this was an events app that we built for TEDx Kingston. That was just before the lockdown or the pandemic started in 2020. So TEDx had a bit of a challenge initially when they wanted uh, to actually host their flagship event, their all-day TEDx event. They didn't have a mailing list at the time. They didn't have an email list built up, so they had no control over the mailing list. The tickets were booked through a ticketing office, for example. So when TEDx came to us, we had a solution for them in that we built an email form, a form capture device on the mobile app. And also we posted the live program updates as well. So that was the other thing. So instead of printing brochures, distributing them to town centers, we also help save costs by posting live program updates on the app itself. So on the day itself, during the event, we could chop and change any event changes, program changes on that day could be communicated via the app for the audience. So we also created a mailing list, as I mentioned earlier, and when the app was built, we then promoted the app through the social media channels and also at the event itself, getting people to give us their contact details via the form capture device. So that was a really simple form capture device, but we managed to collect more than 300 contacts on that mailing list alone, just with that one event. The next, we're going to talk about an app. This is a community app that one of my colleagues, BigVu Solutions, that's his company that's built the app, and we've built this actually using the same mobile app platform. So he's built a community app, and this was built during the pandemic when there was a need for people to get access to information quickly. The app has thrived to this day because it's now become an app for local people. It's a local app for local people, and it's a really valuable local resource that local people can have at their fingertips. And what BigVu Solutions has done is they've started charging subscriptions for advertisers. So these are local businesses that may want to put out some advertising using the app itself. Now that they've got some traffic coming in from local users, they can then subscribe and post their business information via the advertising feature on the app. So that's an example of a community app. The last example I'm going to show you, apologies for blocking out the logo, this app is actually in development. So we're now building an app for a chain of pubs, a chain of 10 pubs. And this is essentially a loyalty app. It's not an app where you could book a table or click and collect. So this is what I call a post-pandemic food and drink app, where we are bringing back people, interaction between serving staff and the restaurant staff and people. So we respect that there is a need for interaction there, but we've taken this one step further and developed a loyalty app for people, for regular pub goers going to their favorite local pub to be able to get loyalty stamps and loyalty rewards each time they visit the app. And also for attending events at the local pubs. At any of the local pubs that they belong to, they also get a loyalty stamp there. So that's an example of a loyalty app for a food and drink, a pub chain there. That comes to the end of our presentation. I hope that gives you a quick overview of mobile applications for SMEs. If you do have any questions, then feel free to ask me. Before I go, I'm just going to request that you download our mobile app questionnaire if you're interested to find out more, if you'd like to reach out more to me and find out how we can help you and what we can help you with. We have a questionnaire, which is essentially a planning tool that you can complete and send to us. It's a series of questions. It would take about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. So if you're interested to reach out to us, then please do scan the QR code here and download the link. And I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you very much. So over to you, Philip.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you very much. How was it?
Yes, that was good. That was good. yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I can see your face now, and hopefully I can see some comments here as well, questions for me, rather than just staring at the slides.
Well, actually, I mean, right now, if you guys have any questions, this is the time to ask. So feel free to ask any questions. In the meantime, actually, I shared the link where you can actually see how much an application cost. But there was a viewer that requested the link for the app builder.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
Yeah, I don't actually have it with me at the moment, but if you check out Zoho, so Zoho is an enterprise app builder for SMEs. I haven't actually used them myself because we're, as I mentioned, we're an app agency, so we actually built them from our platform. So Zoho is a well-established app builder. So if you have workflows that you want to streamline, you can put that into an app, as I understand. So Zoho, I think is just, there is a zoho.co.uk, I believe. The other one is App Institute. So that's App Institute. Can I key it in somewhere here? Spell it
Yeah,
out. Okay.
you can put it
Yeah.
on
So
the chat or send it to me.
yeah, App Institute, App Institute. So I hope we can find that, App Institute and Zoho. Yeah, there is also a list of other app platforms. I can't vouch for how good they are, but if you're interested, Michael, then do drop me your email if you don't mind, and I'll email them across to you.
For sure, as well. Well, there is an echo. But I see that I send your LinkedIn also. So everybody that wants to get in touch with you after this live, they can always connect with you on LinkedIn, and they can send you as well a message.
That's right. Yeah, I'm always on LinkedIn.
So here's her LinkedIn, and also it's on the chat. And that's it, Joyce. Thank you very much. This is actually the second time you've been with us.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
We
for having me.
yeah, of course, anytime. Actually, there was a podcast of Joyce that actually the last workshop. I mean, you can also watch it on YouTube, but there's actually a podcast, so you can find BigVu as the video presenter show in iTunes, Spotify, and you can actually listen as well Joyce podcast. Actually,
Okay.
we turn your workshop into a podcast.
Do you have a link to join or something?
Yeah, I think I have one.
Okay. Well, thank you for posting all the links up there. That's really helpful.
I need to find the link. Let me see here.
Get me to put you in the spot there.
No, because I didn't have the link ready. I just come up like um actually there must be here. There must be somewhere.
So these videos are converted to an audio format, a podcast format as well.
Yeah, we edit we extract the audio, and then we make a small
Okay.
cut and we publish as a podcast.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Okay, I'm just gonna search it on Google. Okay, so I'm just gonna link here to our podcast.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
it's gonna be on the chat. So whoever wants to listen to the podcast is over there, and I'm gonna send you.
There you go. Yeah, the video presenter show. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. That's great. Thank you, Philip.
And yeah, and yours is there. So thank you very much, Joyce. Thank everybody for waiting and being with us all the time. So have a great day ahead of you, and thank you very much, Joyce.
Thank you, Philip. Speak to you soon.
All right,
Bye,
bye,
everyone.